Okay, now if I talk about how these LNAPLs and DNAPLs are going to affect the water body, let's start with that. When the LNAPLs they enter the unsaturated zone, all right, some part of these LNAPLs it is going to be dissolved in the water in the pores. All right. The other part of these LNAPLs it can volatilize and become mixed with air spaces. Okay. And some part of these LNAPLs, when it enters the unsaturated zone, it can be absorbed into soil particles. The unsaturated zone, if you remember, it contains both water spaces and air spaces, all right? That's the reason why LNAPLs, they are going to dissolve in water spaces, volatilize in air spaces, and absorbed into the soil particles, all right? But if I talk about the saturated zone, what happens in saturated zone when a particular contaminant enters? It is going to be saturated with water, all right? So, while entering the saturated zone, these LNAPLs they are not going to dissolve well and instead they spread out. All right. So they are not going to dissolve and they spread out to form a layer of contaminant floating on the top of saturated zone. They are going to form a layer on top of saturated zone. All right. So it was about LNAPLs. Now what happens if DNAPLs or the contaminants which are denser than water they enter the groundwater? So if a DNAPL enters, it is going to act like same like LNAPL they react in the unsaturated zone. But the thing is, apart from dissolving, getting absorbed, volatilize, they will sink at the bottom because they are going to be denser than the water. All right. So this is about the unsaturated zone. What happens if they enter the saturated zone? When these DNAPLs they reach the saturated zone, they keep on sinking, all right, till they reach a layer of impermeable material. So they will reach here at the base of the impermeable material or aquitart or aquifuse. Okay, aquitart or aquiclude. So if they reach the base of the impermeable material, they are going to sink at the bottom. But some portion of DNAPLs, they are going to form globules. Okay, so these globules, what they do, they are trapped in the pore spaces, and once they are trapped in the pore spaces, the removal becomes almost impossible. All right, and they cannot be removed by simple pumping. So, pump and treat technology is not effective at that time when these DNAPLs are absorbed in the pore spaces. All right.